Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you guys all how to draw a goldfish. Alright, we're going to be drawing our goldfish with a focus on texture today. Alright, we're going to be using patterns of lines and shapes to create the texture of his scales and the texture on his tail and his fins. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so to start out with, we are going to begin with basic shapes. We're going to draw the shape of our goldfish. Alright, and then we're going to add our details and then our texture at the end. So, goldfish, we're going to start with the main body of our fish, and the main body is an oval shape. Alright, so we are going to use light little lines on your paper, and draw an oval. The side where the mouth will be on your goldfish is going to be curved. Alright, kind of like when we draw eyes, we talk about drawing a lemon shape or a football shaped oval where the edge is curved. That's the kind of edge you want, or the corner you want on the side where the face is going to be. Alright. And then, remember, use light little lines. You'll have more control that way. Okay. And then this side is more curved. Alright, it's not quite a point like the side with the face. Okay. Alrighty. Remember that if you make mistakes, correct your mistakes first, draw the correct line, and then erase the mistake lines. Alright, so that is the body of our goldfish. We've got our oval. Now we're going to draw the tail. So back here at the end, we're going to follow the back edge of our oval, and we're going to make kind of an upside down valley shape, kind of an upside down, like a little valley. It's upside down, just like that. Little curved line. And then we're going to do the same on the top. Follow the back edge of the top and make a little valley. Alright, just like that. Then to do the top, you're going to continue this line up in a diagonal line. Alright. And then you're going to curve it to become more horizontal. Alright, and then for the bottom, make a diagonal line. And that diagonal line will curve to be slightly horizontal. Okay. And then at the very edge, you're going to make a little point. Alright, it can be a little curved. And then just start drawing another diagonal in. Alright. Just down until you get, alright, like imagine a center point here. Alright, and come up. Just until you get to that point. Alright, and then you're going to start up here, make your little curve, and then just start drawing your diagonal line down to meet this point. Alright, so you should have a V, and the point of your V should line up with the middle of this end of this section here. Okay? We can go ahead now and add the texture lines to the back of our fish. Alright, so you're just going to draw some lines, some darker lines that follow the shape of the fin. Alright, they don't have to be perfect in any way. You're just drawing little lines that follow the shape. Okay, now we're going to draw the dorsal fin. The dorsal fin is the one on top. It's rather large. We're going to find the middle of the top of your oval, and then you're going to go just to the left a little bit. Okay, we are going to start there, and we're going to draw a diagonal line up. We're going to make it pretty tall. We want it to be just as tall as this back of the tail, and then we're going to curve it. We're going to make, alright, like a little mountain shape, and then it's going to curve horizontally, and then come back down, and this line should be slightly diagonal. Okay, just like that. You can draw your texture lines. You want them to start thick. They're not going to reach the top of the fin, all right? And have them be slightly diagonal so they follow the shape of the fin, okay? For the bottom, there are two fins on the bottom, one in the front and one in the back. We're going to start with the one in the front. The one in the front will start in the same place as your dorsal fin, all right? So find that point, and then we're drawing a diagonal line down from the body, and then it's going to curve. It's going to be like the end of a rectangle, but instead of corners, your corners will be curved, all right? And then bring it back to the body. Draw your texture lines. All right. Then to do the back, right, this one is like a rectangle. This other one will be a rectangle, but it will be a rectangle on its side. All right, so we're going to draw a diagonal line away from the body, curve the corner, come back up, and make this one longer than you did here. And draw back to the body. Make your texture lines. Alrighty. So we've got our fins. We are going to draw a gill. So the gill is going to start up here, just in front of the dorsal fin, and it's going to be like a backwards C. All right, just like that. It's going to go from the top to the bottom. Then you're going to draw a smaller backward C just in front of it, a little tiny one, just like that. Okay. Next, we can go ahead and draw his face. All right, we're going to give him an eye up here. We're going to draw a circle, and then we're going to draw a smaller circle inside, and that circle is going to be filled in black. So you can go ahead and color it in. And then here, where your kind of curved corner of your oval is, we're going to give him a frowny face. Fish tend to have frowny little faces for their mouths. So we're going to give him a little frown. All right. Now, he has one more little fin we're going to draw on the side of his body here. Right behind his large gill, we're going to put a V. All right, and we're going to be drawing a skinny oval. And this V is one side of the oval. We're going to start at one side of that V. We're going to come out, draw an oval shape, and then just come back in. All right, so this should be a skinny oval. One side is a V that attaches to the body, and then the other side is more rounded. Then you can take your eraser and erase any pencil lines you have inside that oval. That way it looks like that fin is in front of his body. All right, now we can give that little fin some texture. On this back edge of the fin, we're going to add in our texture lines, and they'll be little diagonal lines that go across, but do not touch this front edge. All right. So now all we have to do is add the texture to his body. We need to draw his scales. The scales are going to be like a cloud line. All right, so it's like a bumpy line. They're like little half circles like that. You're going to start on this large gill, and you're going to draw a little row of them. All right, you could think of it as little half circles, or it's like the way you draw the letter M, but you just keep going. You don't stop after 2 bumps. Just keep on going. When you get to this fin, do not draw on top of it. All right, when you get to the fin, stop, and then just go to the other side and keep drawing. All right. When you do your second row, you're going to start, I like to start in the middle and work my way out. All right, that way I make sure my pattern stays the same when I need it to. I like to start in the, all right, so you're going to find the top, in the middle of the top of one of the circles is where you'll start one of your bumps, okay, one of your half circles, and it's going to go until it reaches the middle of the one next door. All right, and then continue with your bumpy line all the way across. Go right up to the edge of your goldfish's body. All right, when you get to the fin, stop. Go the other side. All right. And you're just going to keep drawing. As you get towards the middle of your fish's body, since it gets wider, the fins will get bigger. All right. And then as you get back towards the back end, they're going to get smaller, and you're going to fill this space. I'm going to jump ahead to that point. All right, as you can see, I've continued to move on. All right, they started small here, and then my scales have gotten larger as I got to the middle, and now I'm towards the back. So my scales are going to get smaller again. All right, it is okay if your scales are all a little bit different in shape, if some of them are a little wonky. All right, that is just fine. All right, and you're just going to keep on going until you fill in your space. Okay, there we go. All right, so I have finished drawing my fish. All right, I drew out his body with shapes. I added in some details, and I added texture. The next step is coloring your fish. All right, so when you color, I'm going to show you my previous example. All right, when you color a goldfish, in the main body, they're orange on top, and then as you get towards the bottom, it transitions to yellow. All right, and then they have, right under their mouth, they have a little white patch. All right, so you leave that area white. The tail and the fins are all orange, and they start out bright orange closer to the body, and then it slowly fades to light orange as you get towards the edges. All right, and your texture lines that we drew, you will trace over them and make them bright orange the whole way. Okay? Don't forget to make sure you color a background. You don't have to make it just blue like mine. You can give him some friends. You can give him some food. Give him a place to live, like a coral reef or a kelp forest or some seaweed. It's up to you. But that is how you draw a fish and give him texture. I can't wait to see what you guys draw. Bye-bye.